It's time to get your pulls. Going to the comic store. Time to get your pulls. Better get those bags and balls out. Better get those pulls at the
PottyHumor.com.
Yeah.
Coming to you live from the PottyHumor.com studios, it's Getchyapulls.
Getchyapulls. Pulls number 54. It's Muji.
And it's Dan.
And it's Todd. It wasn't Todd, that was me. It's just me and Dan here, back again. Plenty of pulls.
Todd is going on vacation tomorrow with his family and came down with a nasty bug, so he doesn't want to infect us and wants to try to get some rest so his vacation isn't ruined. And I understand that.
It's probably the I gotta get up in the morning early and forgot bug, but we'll forgive him.
There's a lot of that going around these days.
Yes, but yeah, it's okay, because if there's any week that, you know, it's probably good for him to miss, just as opposed to having a 4-hour podcast. This is it, because we got like 20 polls between just two of us. So
yeah, it's going to be a lengthy one. We're going to try to keep it slim and trim for you.
Try to run through the stuff that we talk about for the most part.
Yeah, I'm not going to belabor you with intensive reviews. I'm going to give you the quick and dirty on mine. The only really thing I'm going to go into detail is back to the long box this week, so looking forward to that. 54 episodes, keeping to truck along here, Muji.
Yeah, they're coming. 54 of them. Here's to another 54.
And they're here.
Yeah, but, yeah, I mean, it's not usually we have news, but honestly, I mean, nothing really important this week. I mean,
they're holding out for Comic-Con now.
Yeah.
Now you're sitting on the drought. From here to July, they ain't going to tell you jack diddly dog shit.
Yeah, other than hilarious news, in the absolute official Hollywood has run out of things to do thing is they announced there's a Captain Planet movie coming. I mean, I guess his theme song says he's a hero, so I guess he pertains to comic books. But I mean, Jesus, that I can't wait, because that if they spend, it doesn't matter what they do. They can't make a movie about a mutant guy without spending a shit ton of money, and there's no fucking way they're gonna get it back. That's whatever year that comes out. That's guaranteed bomb of the summer year.
That's
and that might mark the end.
The end of the comic book movie surge, you think?
It could be. I mean, if you fucking make the mistake of going to pay to see a fucking Captain Planet movie, I mean, think about it. Like I said, as kids, we liked it because of the theme song.
Strictly.
That's what got us.
Yeah, I mean, strictly. You know, and it's funny. I heard, I seem to recall, and actually I read this on the internet in the late 90s, so you know it's absolutely true, that Captain Planet was just some sort of marketing ploy by Jane Fonda to get in good with the environmentalist groups that were funding TBS. So the whole fucking cartoon, if that is true, was just like a business move, you know? But it sucked. Yeah, like you say, we you know, Captain Planet would always go off on Saturday mornings right as WCW's The Power Hour was coming on. So we'd get ready for some great wrestling action. And, of course, you would catch the end of Captain Planet with his catchy little theme song about the Planeteers and how it's cool to save the planet and all that. And, hey, that's cool. Like, nothing wrong with that. But Captain Planet, as a show, as a character, and as a fucking self, it's fucking lame. Don't romanticize it just because it's from your childhood. It's fucking lame.
Yeah. So, I mean, good job on that. I mean, they can't get a fucking Dark Tower movie in the works, but damn it if they're not like, Captain Planet. I mean, what kind of other shit? What kind of shit's coming across these people's desks that they're like, Captain Planet movie, you know, this is something I can work with.
So how many people are going to get fired after this movie fucking shits the bed?
I don't know, man. I mean, who's just fucking done? Like, what great actor that's like, fine, I'll do something that the kids like for the mainstream, just makes the horrible career decision and is just fucked forever. I don't know. We'll find out. But, yeah, slow news, so I guess we'll just jump into the Back to the Long Box.
Gonna go back to the long box again. That theme song in no way affiliated with Aerosmith. Going back again to 1982 as we come another week closer to the release of Fox movies The Wolverine in theaters nationwide. And looking forward to that, of course, as any good summer comic book movie. But this is the story that this upcoming film is based on, as we discussed last week. Part 1, little recap. Wolverine went to Japan, went to find an old love, found out she was with somebody else. Her dad didn't like that he even showed up. Her dad is a samurai warrior, so he whipped Wolverine's ass and threw him in a ditch. And this other chick shows up and saves Wolverine, who's mysterious and unnamed. The end. Part 2. Now, in the second issue, these Wolverine and this mysterious unknown lady at this moment have a run-in with the legendary Marvel ninja clan, The Hand. And they really fucked the Hand up. Yes, though the foot had to be a play off of The Hand. I mean, I didn't never think about that ever. But, you know, being a Ninja Turtles fan as a young preteen.
Yeah, I knew about the foot for the hand, but yeah, it's got to be, since, I mean, fucking Turtles started as a comic book, that had to have...
This was 1982, and I don't know that the Turtles were around.
I think Turtles was like 80... It was a little bit after that, so yeah, I mean, it's probably came from that.
And this is not the first appearance of the Hand by any means. Like, they even discuss in this issue that the Hand are well-known assassins in the Marvel Universe, essentially. So,
or it could have just come from foot soldiers in general. One of the two.
It could, but
who knows?
They were very similar to the Hand in the way they were ninjas. But anyway, Wolverine and Mystery Lady just fucked the Hand up, and so, you know, not much of a threat there, but obviously they find out that the Hand was paid off by somebody to attack him, so he goes back, starts talking to this chick, finds out who she is. Her name is Yukio. Longtime X-Men fans will know where this is going. She tries to seduce Wolverine, but he ain't having it. He finds out she's a little feisty. He's still thinking of Mariko, who's stuck with her obligation of honor to her husband and basically shamed Wolverine. We see that this mystery lady actually later breaks into Mariko's father's office, and we find out that she's working for him also and has been hired to kill Wolverine, so she's just leading him on. Oh, strange lady comes to your rescue, don't ask any questions. Oh, of course Wolverine's asking questions. He doesn't trust her for a minute, but, you know, I don't think he knows quite how bad it is. He tries to go one more time and help her on a mission to gain her trust, and he comes to find out they end up in a samurai theater. Mariko's there, her husband's there, and it's a fucking setup that apparently Mariko's dad maybe have hired a ninja actors troupe to kill his daughter, because apparently she's in the way. Well, Wolverine gets fucking cut pretty bad by one of them, and so he goes into full-on berserker rage. And Mariko has never seen that, and, you know, Wolverine says she doesn't bother to hide her reaction. She turns and leaves without a word, without a backward glance. I let her go. Whatever we had, whatever we might have had, it's finished. And that's where we end this. So Wolverine still in some deeper doo-doo over in the land of the rising sun. But we'll be back next week with part 3 to find out how it goes. And of course, we'll give you a nice comparison to how things actually transpire when the movie hits. What have you been reading on, Muj?
I guess what I'll talk about this week. It's not a comic, and it's really new, but it's by famous comic writer Neil Gaiman. This is a new book, Ocean at the End of the Lane. It just came out. It's only like 175 pages, I think. So it's a pretty quick read. I actually read it today, did some yard work, and read it in like about 2 hours. And so it's a pretty quick read. I read online he actually originally was writing this short story for a magazine, and just it got out of hand. So it ended up being almost 200 pages. But it's really good, though. I mean, it's classic, in the Gaiman style. The best way to describe it, I would say, is it's a like fairy tale, like a children's story, but for adults. Like you probably read it as a kid, but it's going to mean a lot more to you if you're older. It's a dude who, the basic plot, without giving anything away, it's about a guy, an unnamed guy who you just probably kind of assume is Gaiman because he never gets a name in the book. Goes back to the town that he grew up in for a funeral, and he goes back to the street that he lived on, and it kind of brings back his childhood memories. And I mean, it's good. It's got like a lot of good parallels about like growing up and about how you remember things when you were a kid, and it's also got all sorts of magic stuff in it and all sorts of myths that he kind of builds into it. I mean, it's pretty short. Most of like the mythic stuff is like pretty loose, and I mean, some people I read reviewed it didn't like the fact it didn't expand on it because it's only 175 pages, so you can't really make up some sort of like a creature or something and give it a giant backstory if the book's that short. But I mean, I thought it was really good. Like it was really great. At the end of the book, like by the time the book ended, it's not so much a sad book, but by the time that it ended, I kind of found myself with like in almost cry mode. It didn't make me cry, but it made me kind of like well up just thinking about it. It's a really great story, like reflecting on the way you see things when you're a kid. But like I said, like you could probably read as a kid, but you definitely couldn't fully appreciate it until you're an adult. So I would recommend it. It's good. Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, can never go wrong
It's
with Neil
always
Gaiman.
good.
He's delivering the goods all over the place.
Yes.
Really looking forward to his future involvement in more Marvel Universe stuff.
I'm looking forward, yes, a lot more to Sandman prequel Marvel stuff too.
Oh yeah, of course, the Sandman.
He's got a lot of shit coming out.
Forget about that.
I think that's supposed to come out by the end of the year, so he's got a lot of stuff he's working on.
Yeah, I believe barring my specialty or any specialty editions that we do of Back to the Long Box, I think my content after this Wolverine probably will focus on the remainder of his Sandman run to get us in line and up and ready for that upcoming prequel.
All right, well, time for pulls. And we got a ton of them, and I got a lot that I really like this week, which is crazy for me, but not just like a lot I liked. I got a lot that I loved. I'll start out with DC books. Justice League number 21 is really awesome. It's actually just an all Shazam book. It's the end of the Shazam story that was previously just all in the backups. I can't remember when it started, but pretty early on. But it's just it. It's it's a whole issue about that, and kind of gives you like a clue of how it's going to be connected. Now Shazam will be connected into the rest of the DC universe. So it's really awesome. So you get to the end of that story with all that, and then we'll see what happens coming up. We'll see if Justice League, what they'll be doing. I heard they're still probably going to do backups. It probably won't just be about the team itself, so it'll be interesting to see what to do next. And I can only think, we had speculated before, but I can only think that this is going to lead to a monthly Shazam after after this issue.
That would be
the way
nice.
that it ends. But yeah, I really like that. I got The Wake number 2 from Vertigo from Scott Snyder, Sean Murphy. That's his name. Sean Murphy. My buddy Sean Murphy. But it's good. It like I said, it's still a pretty slow moving story, just like the first one kind of gave you a little bit of a taste. This one gives you a little bit more. You get to talk about you get a lot of talking about the creature that's in there. You get to find out like a decent bit about it, like everything they know about it so far. You get like a little bit of like mythology in it. You get the classic. Let's say about Snyder, like a lot of Snyder stories, like some of them like Severed is an American Vampire, really original. Like this, like much like Batman, is really good, and the Court of Owls story was original. But since then, like a lot of it's